secure Indian airspace and to conduct aerial warfare during the conflict. It's of number 4 in the list of strongest CFOs in the world. So first one is USA, second one is Russia, and third one is Israel. And then later on, we have acquired this particular spot, and this is true for army as well. So these were two homeworks which have been given to you. So USA is number 1, Russia is 2, and Israel is number 3, and then we at number 4. Fine. Okay. So Air Force is divided into 5 operational and 2 functional commands. Each of these command is being headed by the officer called commanding in chief, who is having the rank of air marshal, which is equivalent to lieutenant general in Indian Army. So particularly the officer of rank lieutenant general is heading the commands in Indian Army, right? And that is also known as commanding in chief. The purpose of operational command is to conduct military operations using aircraft within its area of responsibility, and the responsibility of functional commands is to maintain combat readiness. So conduct military operations and maintain combat readiness are the two functions of uh, operational commands and functional commands respectively. So the 5 operational commands, such as the Central Air Command (CAC), whose headquarters is at Allahabad, right? Nowadays it is called as Prayagraj. Eastern Air Command (EAC), whose headquarters is at third one is the Southern Air Command, called as SAC, whose headquarters is at Thiruvananthapuram, which is in Kerala, and the second last operational air command is Southwestern Air Command, SWAC, whose headquarters is at Gandhinagar, right? That is in Gujarat, and the last operational command of Air Force is Western Air Command, known as WSC, whose headquarters is at New Delhi. So these are the 5 operational commands situating at these 5 different cities in different states. Now the functional commands: training command, whose headquarters is at Bangalore in Karnataka, and the maintenance command, whose headquarters is at Nagpur, that is in our state. So altogether, these are the 7 different commands which are looking to conduct the military operations and to be ready, right, for combat with the aircrafts. Right? So these are the different functions of these commands. Next, we have considered that the Indian Air Force plays an important role in securing Indian airspace, as well as India's power projection in South Asia and Indian Ocean. So South Asia as well as Indian Ocean. So the power projection in these 2 regions is also the responsibility of the Indian Air Force, and therefore the force is a top priority for the government of India, right? So modernization and expansion is the top priority. Over the years, now we have seen that Indian Air Force has grown from a tactical force to one with transoceanic reach, right? Antarkhandi, yeah, once it get take off from India, it may get reach directly to the in New York, right? In between, without getting any halt, right? So that kind of power right now we do have, right? Initially it was not. Even we were not able to fight during night, right? So that was the transformation we can see. So the strategic reach emerges from induction of different force multipliers, such as the flight refueling aircraft, unmanned aerial vehicle, credible strategic lift capabilities, right? So in refueling aircraft, we can refuel in year by another aircraft. We can refuel within that aircraft, right? So these are the facilities today we can have. Its motto is glory with glory that touches the sky. Nabhas Prasham Diktam. Right. It's two kinds of marches are there. Quick march, right? It's a when the nation calls, right? Desh pukare jab sabko. So this could be the way. And another march is Vayu Sena Nishan, which is called the Air Force emblem. Right. So that could be the way. This is now we are familiar that this is nothing but the logo of Indian Air Force. This is the flag of Indian Air Force. Right. So till this point we have considered. Now next is the first years after independence. No doubt its contribution in the World War was also there, likewise Indian armies, other Indian Royal
Sir,
armies contribution in the World War One and Two. Yes.
so as Indian Army is more big than Pakistan, then today the news was there that they are also not able to fight with us at one night. So, sir, my question is that then why are they consulting that? Why are they are arguing that we are the best?
ती काय आहे, मराठीत त्याला एक चांगली चांगली म्हण आहे की उसनं आणायला काय जो म्हणजे काय काय जातं कोणाचं, right? तसं त्यांचा तो फुकटचा जोर आहे. And it is true. No doubt, they are having some sort of missiles which are really dangerous for us. पण ठीक आहे, त्यांनी एक before launching second missile to India, right? We may finish out their existence from the world map. आणि आपली एवढी यंत्रणा ऑल टाइम सज्ज असते, right? And the best example we have seen that, at Balakut. So
Yes, sir.
during year strike, fine. They are claiming that they have shot down our Sukhoi, MiG-21 and Mirage 2000, right? So in MiG-21, that Vadhaman Abhinandan was there.
Abhinandan Varman.
So that was true, but Mirage 2000 was not shot by them. Whereas they are not accepting that their Air Force, that is PAF, Pakistan Air Force, was involved in that particular strike. But the fact is that we have shot down their two aircrafts. Right? One is of MiG category and another is called PSC, something like that. So this is true, but they are not accepting that India has shot down their aircrafts. Second thing is that they are not accepting that Indian aircrafts have bombarded the JEM, Jaish e Mohammed's, what you can consider, that particular place. Rather, they are saying that Indian aircraft have bombarded the place which is in jungle and 20 kilometers away from the location of Jaish e Mohammed. Right? But the true fact is not that. Rather, so many terrorists have been killed in it. So they are not accepting the facts. तर त्यांच्याकडून ही अपेक्षा कशी करणार की we are superior, right? So every time they urge that they are superior, and that is their agenda, right? There are always some strategies of someone. So their strategy is to always be in the such kinds of gossips or discussions. पण असं बोलल्याने थोडंच होत आहे. So फार काही लक्ष देण्याची गरज नाही. Yes, no doubt there are some missiles they are having, there are some aircrafts they are having, right? आता बघा, जो प्रोव्हायडर आहे एअरक्राफ्टचा तो बाय अँड लार्ज सेमच राहतो, राईट? See, what I want to tell you, MiG series was developed by Russia, and I think that part is going to come soon. ते कशासाठी बनवले MiG? MiGs were developed to counter the aircrafts developed by USA, and USA have given same sort of aircrafts to Pakistan. So in some of the cases they are rather they were superior, but later on we had Sukhoi 30 MKI, Sukhoi 35. Now we have Rafale, right? So at this moment we are far ahead than this particular country. Okay, so first years after independence, that is called, you can call the involvement of Indian Air Force in some of the wars, right? So this is as soon as we obtained, we got independence, and immediately we have been involved. As such, it was not called war, but later on it was treated as the war. So there had been the conflict between India and Pakistan over the control of the princely state. So, and this particular conflict was termed as the war. So during the war, RIF, it stands for Royal Indian Air Force. Earlier our armed forces were known as Royal Indian Air Force, Royal Indian Army, Royal Indian Navy, likewise, right? When we become a republic country on 26th of January 1950, we have removed the words royal, right? As far as Indian Air Force is concerned, on 26th of January 1950, we have removed the word royal from our Air Force, and it has only Indian Air Force. So even after independence, we were carrying that particular word called royal, and royal is indication of the British Air Force or British Army or British Navy, likewise, right? So during the war, the RIF did not engage the Pakistan Air Force in year-to-year combat. And then मग यांची अशी काय involvement होती? Though they have not engaged Pakistan in Pakistan Air Force in year-to-year combat, but our Air Force have provided effective transport and very close air support to the Indian troops. Thousands of Indian troops have been shifted from one place to another place by different kinds of helicopters, right, or with the help of aircrafts. Right? So that sort of support we have got in that particular case. So what was happening in this? So this conflict was by considering who will control the princely state of Jammu and Kashmir, and then after what you can consider, after signing the accession by the Maharaja, right? Then he signed the accession of India, rather being independent, and then immediately our armed forces provided all the kinds of help. Right? Otherwise, Pakistan was, in fact, Pakistan started infiltrating Jammu and Kashmir. Right? घुसखोरी करून कसं तरी कंट्रोल करायचं या उद्देशाने त्यांनी ते सुरू केलं होतं. So, but with the help of support of Indian Air Force as well, we have succeeded in unifying that particular state with the India, right? So this is what the very first involvement after independence of Indian Air Force. Second one is Congo crisis as well as annexation of Goa. So these are the two things, right, happen differently, right? So Congo crisis. There had been Belgium's rule over the Congo, right? And this rule was 75-year-old rule, which was ended abruptly, and that engulfed the nation in a widespread violence and rebellion. And because of this, now our Air Force was requested by the United Nations operations to keep the peace in Congo. And in response of the United Nations request, Indian Air Force supported full support till the complete situation is under control, right? So that is another involvement by Indian Air Force, where again same sort of information, same sort of help was provided by the Indian Air Force. की तिथे असंच सैन्याची ने-आण करणं, लोकांची ने-आण करणं, right? काही यंत्रसामग्री शस्त्रसामग्री असेल किंवा काही खाण्यापिण्याच्या गोष्टी असतील. So that sort of help was rendered, right, by the Indian Air Force aircrafts, right? So that is what, and that was that widespread violence and the rebellion have been settled down, and the peacekeeping was achieved, right? So rather, it was the United Nations operation. So this is a Congo crisis you can consider, and it was happened in 1960. Second one is the conflict between India and Pakistan, right? I think, okay, so this has been repeated. Sorry for this. So second is Indian government in 1961 decided to attack the Portuguese colony of Goa, right? So even after independence, there had been a Portuguese colony in Goa, and with a disagreement between this colony and Delhi on a and the Zokarare, right? So that agreement has been ended. In fact, it was disagreed, and then after disagreeing it, India decided to unify that particular place with India, right? And for that purpose, the Indian Air Force was requested to provide the support elements to the army, right? That is called the ground forces. And that particular operation was known as Operation Vijay, right? And it was again successfully achieved. So in that way, the Portuguese colony of Goa have been the part of later on of independent India. So this is another involvement by Indian Air Force. So after the Portuguese surrendered, the colony was integrated into India. Another point you can consider, which was happened in the 1960s. So there had been disagreements over the border between India and China, right? That is called Sino-India dispute. And because of that, now this dispute escalated into a full-scale war, right? 1962's war. So because of this particular disagreement over the borders, now India and China have involved in a war, right? That was called a full-scale war. So in that case, unfortunately, we lost that particular war, right? And then we realized that what sort of preparation we require. So we started actually strengthening our armed forces, not only Indian Army, but also Indian Air Force as well, right? So that was the very first litmus test of our armed forces after independence. And uh, in fact, that was in some of the areas, that was a very shameful thing, because the situation was under control, but we have lost our most of the land to the to the Chinese army, right? Even today, at some places, we do have some sort of disagreements or disputes over that particular border, right? But the fact is that we have we had gone back, right? Rather, we lost that particular war. Next involvement of Indian Air Force is in 1965's war with the Pakistan. So India went on war with Pakistan. Uh, Pakistan launched a operation called Operation Gibraltar, right? So this Operation Gibraltar is to infiltrate Jammu and Kashmir. Again, Guskori karna, and then try to control over the Jammu and Kashmir, right? And bring instability in other part of India. So that was the Operation Gibraltar, launched by Pakistan. And another objective was they started a rebellion against Indian rule, right? So by considering these two objectives, Operation Gibraltar started in 1965. Now India has to respond it. So India decided to use its air force extensively during the war, and this is the first war where India has used its Air Force with the complete involvement, right, to its full extent, right. And this is the first time India have engaged the enemy's Air Force fully, right. So till now we were not actually engaging ourselves, right, completely in any of the war, but this time it has been. And till then we were just providing the support of all kind support to the land forces. So this is what you can consider the first time we engaged enemy Air Force, and the result we know that, right, we have won this particular war. So whatever the 3 war we had with Pakistan, all the wars have been won by India, right. Now you can come to the next uh, involvement of Indian Air Force, that is Bangladesh liberation, right, which had been happened in 1971, right. Every one of us is aware about this one. So in in the month of November, right, I think maybe in 1970, there had been only the support uh, by Indian Air Force to provide the sorties, right? You can consider the only transmission of the soldiers, and then the ammunition, war equipments, right? So what kind of help they can render? Only that much part they were providing. Fine. So now at that time there had been two Pakistan. One is called West Front, another Eastern Front. So Eastern Front is today's Bangladesh, Western Front is today's Pakistan. So now India had involved in this particular operation completely, and India decided to help as much as they can to the Bangladesh. And for that purpose, India have opened its two tactical moves on two different fronts. Right. So very first is on the Western Front. So where IF have destroyed more than 20 Pakistani tanks and a supply train during the Battle of Longewala. Right. So you know the same thing had been happened in 1965. Right. So whatever the movie Border you can see. So that is based on this particular part. Right. Which one? 1965's war. So this is the tactics which we have used at that time. Now the same